Hi guys, it's Cheryl from CraftingHearts again. Thank you for coming back to my channel to watch another video. Today we are working on the next part of the video where we made different pockets. Now we're going to start decorating some of them, and then we'll start to put them in the journal, and then we'll start working on more. I would love it if you would join in with me, and if you have the following kits, or if you don't have these, even using your own Christmas stamps or using your own Christmas papers. But the kits that I'm using is the Festive Frolics by Shabby Dabby Doodah, and that's going to be the main kit that we use. Christmas Fussy Cuts and Christmas Ephemera, Christmas backgrounds red and green, and Christmas prompts from Roxy Creations, Christmas words red and green from Kate and May. We're using vintage Christmas scrap 001 to 008 from Tailor Made Journals. I'm using Christmas music pages by Caroline's Craft Tree. You will find all of these on Etsy, and they are absolutely lovely. I'm loving the Festive Frolic kit from Shabby Dabby Doodah. So I'm just going to see, these small envelopes that I'm going to be using, and we'll be using them in our journals. So I just thought we'll decorate these. These have been dyed with coffee paper and they've come out great. So all I'm going to do straight away is just glue this wee scrap up. Just glue it on this wee bit here. Sorry, I might need to put my other light on as well, just so that I can see, because that's a natural daylight lamp, but I'll put it up a wee bit higher. So I'm just going to glue them up. I'm just going to decorate one of each piece, and then that way you're not having to watch a pure long video. So what we will probably do is, I'm not even going to put, sometimes I would put coffee dyed paper on the front, but because it's been coffee dyed I'm going to leave it. But these are going to be getting used as a flap on a journal page, so we just want to make sure that when we stick it on we give it enough room, but I'll explain all that. But I'll just show you exactly what I'm going to be decorating with it. And I was thinking, maybe go with some of this. I quite like the little reindeer, so I'm actually going to see if I can, no, I'm going to affect some of them. I'm just going to take some. Sorry, that's my husband, you can hear. He just came in from being outside. I'm going to use that as a focal point. So I'm going to use some of Roxy Creations Christmas papers. And I think I quite like the look of this, the green paper. And I'm going to use it to basically cover the main part of the envelope. But I need to, right, let's see, let's do it this way. So if I take it to there, then going to do that. No, I need to do it that way because of the writing. Let me see. I mean, I'll get an envelope here that's slightly open that I can use. Oh, that one's burst open, but we'll be able to work with that. Right, so this is open, so I'm just going to let it let's just and let me try doing it on this side as well. I'm only using this to get the shape so that I know where I can cut. So yeah, so if I just draw a line there. And with my little scissors, just cut out the shape. Might not be perfect, but at least it's letting you cover that up a little bit. Yeah, let's see how that fits. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So let's just get this glued. I'm just looking for my book page. We'll be able to use that wee green bit for something else that we're doing. Sorry about this, my glue stick seems to be working as you just want to make sure you've got all your edges covered in plenty of glue, but it's always fixable if it doesn't quite work that way. So let's just see. Yeah, that's perfect like that. We'll decorate that wee bit as well. Some people they'll like to put the page in there, but that doesn't bother me. But if you want, you can use something like this. You don't need to use it all. Let's just see. That's the perfect size. Let's take this wee side bit off. Maybe taking a wee bit too much off. Let's just try this next bit. Let's just take that bit off. need to take a bit more off, so let's try that. And yeah, that's a perfect size. So I'll just show you to see if this will work, what you can do if you don't like that, the inside of your envelope. Okay, now this is where the fun begins. Tell if I put it in the right way. And that's why it's possibly better to use book page. It's not imperfect, but we'll decorate that bit up. I'll just put a little bit of text in. But maybe try it with a Christmas paper for something else. This one's just to really let you see what you can do. And it just strengthens it up, so what you can do is, if you've got your little glue spreader, just spread it out. I can see I need to trim at the edge here. Just check that never, no, good. So now we're going to put our little dancing reindeer on. But I'm going to ink this. Let's see, let's do it in red, seeing as the paper's green. We'll probably do the envelope in red as well. But let's just put that across. I'm just going to give you a few ideas on ways that you can decorate. But it's nice to just sit on your own and decorating stuff for your journals. So I'll only show you a few bits, and then we can then, maybe not today, but start on the next part. Now I'm going to keep this in line for this, so I'm just going to see where the fold is. There, so just makes it easier to see. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue it on so that I can see, because I've made that rip in the paper. These wee things happen sometimes. And then what we can do, because I've used that bit, silly me, but all we do is just shape the envelope. I think what I'll maybe do before I put this pocket into the journal is maybe just put a Christmas word, either a stamp or one of the words that I've got. You're just wanting to give this a wee bit more thickness, because you're going to be opening, and so I'm thinking maybe put some book page, something underneath to help thicken it, because when it goes onto a page it can get quite tight. But that's sure you've got your pocket for putting your things in, and I'm just going to try and ink round. I'm terrible at trying to ink. I should have inked. Well, envelopes are harder anyway because you've got the little bits. Now, I'm not saying we're not finished with this, because we can put things on. Just do round the so that one's all inked. So now we've all inked. Let's see what we've got for Shabby Dabby Doo Dah. Now I'm going to leave these bits out because I know exactly what they'll be used for. So I'm just seeing what I've got. We've got a little Santa. That's too big. It's too big. Yeah, so let's put Santa on that, and then we'll get a little wording. But I'm going to ink this one in green, just because it's red, and bring some green back in. If you're anything like me, it takes a wee while to get you started, and see that's not going to affect the pocket area. Oh Santa, I'm not trying to turn you green. I'm just colouring you green, just so that you'll pop. And we could even put them on there with a tiny piece of, let me see if I've got any cheesecloth. I don't think I've got anything in there, but I've got this big bit here that I've just recently tea dyed this. It's not like the other cheesecloth that I've used. It's slightly different. This one is quite closed, but I'm just messing about. Oh, sorry, I'm just moving my video. There we go. So let's put that on in there. So just a wee bit of glue. And put the cheesecloth. And then with a wee bit of wet glue, I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac for this. Just stick Santa on there. You can just see the bits of cheesecloth just sticking out. Let's see where they fit. I think you should go there in the middle. I'll just use glue for this, because that should hold it okay. There we go, and let's just get, what did I do with them? Here they are, here. The Christmas wording. Let's have a look at red one. Let's see. Let's do North Pole. We could probably put our, let's do North Pole in red and green. We'll do two, one at each side. Now you don't have to be put loads of things on your pockets if you don't want to. You can just leave them with like decorated papers if you want, because you'll be putting tags and things in, so I'm just going to trim. And what I'll do today is I'll continue decorating the ones that I don't do on video with you, and then I'll show you them at the start of the next video. Okay, and I'm going to bring in one of the Christmas music sheets because I think they'll be quite nice. Just been put on a wee bit of music, and we can even hide the wording. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to ink these first. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep everything so I've not got it in. Because North Pole reminds us of Santa in red and green, and that's associated with Christmas. in those colours. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of cheesecloth along that. So let me just get a nice straight bit. Here, this bit might be good. Okay. No, we don't need all of that, so let's just put glue across that. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this bit out. So just get, and then we just get yep. And I'll use a wee bit of wet glue, so I'll just use Fabri-Tac for this. And then we just fit that on there, like so. I haven't even checked to see if there's any Christmas films on for Christmas in July. I've just been that busy. Okay, so we can just, I think just take this wee, I'll need to cut that off I think. So I'll just use these wee scissors. Might be able to use that for something. Never throw your wee bits away because they can always be used for something. I've learned that from watching Pam at the Paper Outpost videos. And we can also take a wee bit off of this side as well. All these threads, I don't know where they're coming from. And then I'm just going to ink these ones in red. I just love this shade of red in the Distress inks, so I imagine the Distress Oxide will look really good with it as well. But as I said, you can use any inks, it doesn't need to be the exact same that I'm using, because I know not everybody's going to unfortunately be able to afford these luxuries. Let me just see. Right, you just fit over there, so let me see. I need to take a wee bit more off of this. Yep. We'll have red and green going sideways. I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac for that. Just because it grabs so quickly. And I think red stickles or red glitter glue, I think, just to put wee corners on. That one misshaped a wee bit. I think just a wee few red ones down here. And that's one of our first pockets done. I'm just going to leave this one up to dry. And let's see what one will we do next. Let's do one of these first. Right, so I don't need that pocket, so I am going to just cut a bit. It's just to take some of the weight out of the paper, so that it doesn't make your journal very bulky. And it'll be this side as well, I think. Right, so let's see now. Right, and then we fold in. No, wait a minute, I've done that wrong. I think I've cut the wrong triangle. So fold over, fold over. Now we can glue these bits down. I'm going to try with glue stick, but sometimes with older pages it can be a wee bit difficult. So that's that one down. Just burnish your lines a bit. And let's do the other side. Let me just so now we fold that one over, and then no, that's not right. There we go. So we're still keeping that little bit, but I need to take this weight off. I don't know if I'm going to cover this one up in Christmas paper because it's a really vintage music paper, and I think it sometimes put music paper in beside Christmas stuff looks really lovely. So let's see, what did we do? So that was that. No, we went that way. And that feels a lot thinner now. But we just need to fix some bits, I think. I just want to see this for a minute. I don't know if I've made a mess of this one. It's not like me. Right, that's it. That's it, so we are. So I would maybe want to cover this wee bit here. About, nope, that's the wrong way. Let me see, let's just use a wee bit of Oxy Creations red Christmas paper. That one's sticking out, that one will do it. And let's see where the text is. text is very faint, but so let's put glue on the bit that I need to cover. So let's see, where was it again? So okay, stick the lid back on. There. And then all we need to do is just go I'm just putting the papers over out of the way just now, but normally I would have them all over my desk. But I'm trying to let you see what I'm actually doing. But there, now that we've got that bit of red on there, so let's see now. Right. Oh, no. That one comes up. I would just use your bone folder to squeeze it down. And then what you could do you could put a little bit of glue down there just to hold that in place. And then you could put let's see if this works. And then what you can do, just take I probably used the wrong glue to do this on this paper. But that'll keep them in place. And all we do with this one is, and I'm going to look at something from Tailor Made Journals scraps for on here. And I'm just looking to see yes, he's perfect, isn't he? Oh, very Christmassy. And let's get some Christmas words for him. Let's look at the green ones. What about stocking stuffer? I think that'll look fab on this. Okay, let me just trim down this. Sorry if I'm going quiet, I'm just busy concentrating, forgetting that you're there with me. And I made a mistake earlier with one of the pockets I made, so I've cut this off. And I'm thinking about maybe sticking it on that. And then maybe having Santa way up there. And having that down there, so it's as if he's got a place to land. So, let's see, let's do this in red. Yep, stick that on there. Let's use fabric tack. Nope, can hear my wee dog barking, so you might hear him if he comes running up the stairs barking. So I do apologise in advance. We've been keeping them in the last couple of days just to keep them cool, seeing as it's so hot outside. And we've just made sure that we're always with them, because I think you should be when it's this kind of weather, unless you're working. But if you're working, maybe see if somebody could look after them when it's hot like this, because it's not ideal to keep them in on their own. But let's cut this. If that looks a bit off. Now that's more straight. Okay, now let's do him in green. I'm just going to stick that down the bottom there. Sorry, I'm doing this off screen. You're not going to see me way over there doing this. Not that it's exciting me gluing something. But I think we will put Santa on a bit of cheesecloth. And yes, that's my little sky you can hear. And I think cutting this bit here will be good. So I do apologise if you hear him growling or barking. Right, so let's take a bit off of the bottom. Oh, it's one of my neighbour's wee dogs you can hear barking, and he's quite friendly with them. But my next door neighbour through the wall Oh, this dog's so aggressive. Oh, forgot to ink the pocket. See, I told you, I can forget to do so much. So we can go around here. And I had thought about using like vintage photo or walnut stain or brushed corduroy to make this, but I just feel using the Christmassy colours, it makes it look more Christmassy. Let's do this red bit now. Oops, a daisy. I'll maybe put something up there. Trust me to make a mess. But that's what happens when you forget to ink it before you glue it. But let's get this. Where's my glue stick went? Oh, up here. The glue stick's fine for cheesecloth. Okay, that's that down. Oh, let's ink Santa in red. If you can't get total into all the die cut bits, then don't worry about it, because even just highlighting some areas is good. But there we go, that's Santa now being glued, and doesn't he look magnificent? Goodness, if our pockets are turning out this good, what's our journal tags and tags going to look like? I'm probably going to have to run my Christmas in July into August, because I was a wee bit late in starting it, and there's just so much I want to do. So I hope you all still continue to join me, because there's so much we can do with these kits. But if you can't afford to get them, I wouldn't rush out and get them. I would just wait, because you can use your own things, like using your Christmas stamps, your stencils, different inks. But because that's going to be going on to a book page, it does feel a wee bit flimsy, but I'm going to just glue down and up there, and then there's a small pocket at the back, and then we've got a pocket in here, and then we've got a pocket in there. And I think I'm going to put a wee bit of ribbon on, but I'm trying to decide whether red or green. Oh, I think the red. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to stick this on. Just a thin bead of it along the edge of your project, because you want the lace to be hanging off a wee bit. And there we go, and that's the second of our projects finished. I'm going to just leave it there for today because you can kind of see where I'm going with the two projects that we've made, and I'll let you continue decorating your projects in your own time. And that's what we've done today, and we've also done that bit. But I will continue on with my pockets, and then on the start of the next video I will show you what I've done, and then we'll continue making a few more pockets. But one of the ones I'm going to be doing is a belly band, and that's what I'm keeping these bits for. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye for now.